So, I'm glad you came out today. This is going to be fun. So if you look at the cemetery, you know, you can actually think of it in a number of ways. Obviously, it's a resting place for people. It's a place for people who are still alive to come and grieve or celebrate or remember the people who are buried here. But it's also a place where people walk their dogs. It's used as a park. It's used as a community space. You can do bird watching. There's beautiful trees, but it's also a place where sort of the lives of people from many different places come and sort of they wind up all together here. We're going to find some interesting coincidences today that's going to talk about that, because today's tour is about immigration. We're only going to talk about people who were born somewhere else, some other country, and ended up here. Sort of like the strands come together and they make like a ball of string, and we're going to be pulling out those little strings and seeing the ones that come from farthest away. The stories of people's lives, and in that what we're looking for is, well, why did they come to California in the first place? Why did they leave or have to leave? And what were the kind of people who did that, picked up their roots and ended up in a place where many of them couldn't speak the language, some of them came with no money, and some of them, most of the ones that we know about ended up doing pretty well, or we wouldn't have any history to find for them. When we wish we could talk more about the ordinary people who ended up in the stranger's plot or who end up in small gravestones. But it's hard enough digging up the information about the people that have some information easy enough to find. We're going to be talking about people from 10 or 12 different countries, and we're going to be showing you a lot of interesting tales. Once you start going back, you can start getting into the history of each of these countries as well, because they brought those values and they brought their sense of adventure here to California. And it reflects on how the Bay Area ended up today, the kind of people that are here, the mix of people that are here, and the kind of values that we have. So let's go take a tour back into history.